Hi, I just want to talk about the hypnotherapy session I had on Friday, because it was amazing, and it was more powerful even than the hypnotic gastric band operation. Just a little summary. I've lost 15 pounds using hypnotherapy and hypnotic gastric band on my own behavioural changes. And about 3 weeks ago I got really quite scared. I realised I was quite scared of being thin, and I started to just sabotage it all and go back to my old sort of compulsive eating ways, although I had lost the ability to have a binge. And then I weighed myself the morning of the hypnotherapy, and I put on 7 pounds in almost 3 weeks. So we started off the session and we talked about my attitude to my eating, and which is like a tug of war, or which, it was at that point. So I saw it as me going through this process of changing from being a compulsive eater to a new person, and having a new way of eating, and I was having this sort of push-pull, this tug of war between the two. And what Phil, the hypnotherapist, said to me was that it's not a very helpful way to look at your eating, to have this idea of conflict and just leaving behind the old you. And he said that quite often what you can do is you can bring the different parts of your mind and how they influence your eating, you can bring them together to get them to work for you, instead of trying this idea of like beating something into submission. So what we did, we went into the hypnotic trance, and he got parts of my mind, well, these two parts actually, the compulsive eating part that wanted me to put the weight on, and then the part that's done all the good work and has lost the weight. He's brought them out and he sort of spoke to them and asked them questions. And so first of all, he asked the part that was trying to sabotage my weight loss to come out and talk. And it was a girl, and he asked her why she was doing this, and she said to protect Harriet. But then she also said, and this was me talking in the trance, please don't send me away. And so whereas I'd been seeing the sort of compulsive part of me as sort of the enemy and something to be got rid of, is actually a child who is desperate to stay in my mind. I understand this is a really difficult thing to explain, but it was quite a revelation to me. And then I brought out the part that wanted to lose the weight out, and it became clear that this part, who was also another woman, couldn't because of the girl. And he brought the adult out, and the adult is kind of the sort of me analysing this and trying to sort of control everything, so to speak. Said, what do you want to say to the girl who's sabotaging all this? And straight away the answer came, she won't listen to me. So Phil sort of said, well, you're in control, come on. And so we spoke to Phil did, the girl that was sabotaging my weight loss. First of all, he said thank you. He said thank you for doing such a great job. Harriet's obviously really needed you to. It's had a very useful function for her, but we want you to now help the new part of her mind. And then the girl agreed, and then we came out of the I came out of the hypnotherapy trance, and it was really, I felt like the curtains had just been opened. I could actually see the true situation. It's like all my life I'd been thinking 2 and 2 is 5, and actually 2 and 2 is 4. So it's not a case of trying to push that compulsive part of me away, and I was shocked at how much It was the idea of she wanted to stay. And it's like, I suppose it's a little bit like a terrorist who takes somebody hostage and then falls in love with them. That part of me, the only way it thought it could stay in my brain was by controlling me and getting me to eat compulsively. And then after I'd done the, had the session with Phil, I went home and I sort of did some self-hypnosis. And that was equally amazing, because in this I wanted to talk to this girl a bit more. So basically I just got myself in a very relaxed state, and I started sort of asking her, and I really wanted to know, did she believe that she could stay without being, controlling me and making me eat compulsively. And she really didn't. She kept saying, don't make me go, don't make me go. And then what I did was I started to think about, well, has she controlled other things in my life? Other things where I might have been trying to sort of sabotage things. And so I looked at sort of some of those other things, and I got, it's so strange to explain, and it is very difficult. But in my head, I imagined this girl helping me change my mind about those other things, and it was in that process that she actually believed that she could stay and she had a different role. And ever since then, I just feel, first of all, it's really easy. I've gone back to all my really good habits, using the point system, which you can read about below this video if you don't know what I mean by that, and doing exercise, and just it's really easy to say no to sort of those previously addictive foods, and I just feel happier in myself. I feel like a different person. And I had my hair cut on Saturday, the day after, and I looked in the mirror and I thought, no, I like you, and it's like I'd never really thought that, but I'd never even known that I was thinking I didn't like myself. It's very just amazing, really. And it seems to me now that the whole of my food issues and everything, they are a kind of almost a symptom of this whole thing, of this girl who is sort of inside my head. And I know people talk about the inner child, and it sounds a bit mushy, but I think that's kind of what it is. And I feel that the food issue now is almost a side issue to this feeling of, I just feel like I've met myself again, and now I can enjoy my life. It's really, I can't explain it any better than that. You have to really sort of experience this to understand. But that's the really important thing, I think, is that for me, the part of me that was doing things to myself that weren't good for me, the compulsive part, actually really just wanted to belong and wanted to be accepted. And maybe what I've gone through is the true meaning of when they say you have to accept yourself to change, and I never really understood it until now. So that's where I am today, and it's a fantastic place to be. So yeah, all right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.